All right, everybody, it's Travis, and this is the first day of puppy boot camp, and we're doing nose down behavior. Usually this is week 9 of my puppy training program, but this is the fundamentals, and we're doing it with the puppies. So here I just have a spray bottle with either distilled or spring water in it. I'm not putting any scent on it or anything, but if you have hunting dogs, you can use this to put a couple drops of deer blood or duck scent or pheasant scent, whatever you want. But for my puppy fundamental training, I just use plain old water, spray a small little trail, and then I put treats or rewards there on the ground just a few inches apart from each other. And with puppies, I do one about 12 to 18 inches. I hold the puppy and I let it taste the treats because it's the first time this puppy has been out of the house, the puppy room, or the backyard. So it's in the front yard. There's cars driving by. It's only 6 weeks old. There's a lot of distractions. Leaves are blowing. It's noontime. I live right across the street from a very busy dentist office. So there's a lot of distractions. So this is a very good way to keep the puppy engaged and distracted from the distractions. So there, I hold the puppy, I give it a little taste of food, set it on the ground, and off it goes. So just a few, about a foot and a half, it does it. So I lay another down that's a little bit longer. This is about 4 to 5 foot long. So started off about a foot and a half just to introduce it a little, and then now I go the full length. Tail's wagging, the puppy smells the treats. This is the first time it's really had it, so it understands that they're delicious now, and it keeps its nose down. So it's important to understand that every time it hits a treat or a reward, it's reinforcing the nose down behavior. So instead of clicking reward, clicking reward, clicking reward, it's reinforcing itself to keep its nose down every time. And that's why we put the spray down in the beginning, to give it a visual aid. A lot of trackers say they don't use visual aids, but let's be honest, dogs do look for footprints, they do look for disturbances, and I don't want to limit them on just their nose. I've seen some nice tracking dogs fail because they lose scent, even though you can see the track, footprints or things like that. So give the dog a little bit of a toolbox to work with. So here is a separate dog, and you see the line very distinct. The puppy probably doesn't even see the line really. It doesn't understand. So I just feed it a couple treats, let it realize that those are really delicious and scrumptious to get a little bit of that odor. And then I put it right under its nose, drop it down. And on this puppy, it's a little distracted, so it walks off. But I don't force the puppy too much. I let it explore and go back and smell, because it's smelling those treats. And it goes back, and when it shows interest, I pick it up and start it at the beginning. And that's all it took. And now it's straddling that track line. It's moving forward and slowly. It's not completely going off the path. And every time it keeps its nose down, it receives another treat. So it teaches them to kind of be a little slower. And there it reached the very end of that foot and a half. So same puppy, but now we go all the way to the end. So we started over. So now it's fresh in the puppy's mind. I stick it down. It says, man, those things are delicious. And it does it all over again. And we will do this every day for the next 2 weeks until they go home to reinforce that. And eventually I'll spray and I will walk on the scent trail or on the water, because those water molecules will hold my scent a little bit longer, so it makes it a little bit easier for the puppies or beginning dog. It reaches the end, I praise, I clap, I pick it up before it gets too distracted. Now here's another clip with an older dog. I think Nero was 3, and this was his first time, but notice he was a lot quicker, but he's been through obedience training. He knows what treats are. He knows that smell. So I just walked up, pointed, and off he went. And this, probably 20-foot line there, and it's on concrete. That's what we start our dogs on. So that's a little idea on how we start our dogs on nose down behavior in the beginning stages of tracking at just 6 weeks old.